To be honest, I kind of don't want to know what they know about me. Especially with music. Music is such a big indicator for feelings, I would say, or for your mood. Couldn't they?
I think it gets interesting as soon as all of those big companies pull their data together. You know, like
that's what I meant.
Music kind of
imagine
emotional
you,
profile from Spotify, Google's search profile, Amazon's shopping profile.
Welcome to episode number 11, 12?
11.
I think it's 12 already, no?
No, it's 12.
We
It's 12. We did have number 10, 11 we had in Hamburg.
You see, it's been a while.
To episode number 12 of Digilize Lab by Digilize Agency. We're back, another episode online. It's post-hackathon. What a ride. Thank you for everyone who was there. It was truly amazing.
It was actually a really nice day.
Can only agree.
It was. And AI is not waiting. We got new models from Anthropic, pretty insane ones. We got Personal DJ by Spotify, pretty insane as well.
You're such a big fan of that, right?
I didn't even get it yet.
Should we start
Me
with that?
neither. It is so unfair. He's praising it to the sky, and we're not even allowed to use it.
Yes. Spotify customer number 1 got early access to the new DJ feature. It's basically your personal assistant for playing music. Think of Siri or Alexa, just in cool and usable and like actually, usable in that sense. So it's absolutely amazing.
It is basically like a voice agent that you can talk to, but he can control your Spotify and basically.
Yeah, it's basically your personal DJ.
Oh,
so he has.
Can you ask him to go 10 seconds back or something? That would be interesting.
I haven't tried that one.
That would be interesting.
For example,
you're
up in the morning, you say, "Hey, I need some good breakfast vibes, energy," and every time he surprises me with the bangers, exactly the kind of music that I like, in all different types of genres. Truly amazing. And he also talks in between with you and switches out the vibes and be like, "Hey man, we're going a little more Latin now." And it's just truly amazing.
Fun, but does it also recommend new ones? Yeah, right.
Sorry?
Does it also recommend a lot of new ones, or does it go through the ones that you saved more?
Good question.
That is because I mean they already had a good.
It's more like new ones, right?
No, both. So he uses what you already listened to. He has all that context, but sometimes he says, "Hey," or she, I'm not sure, like mine is male, but says like, "Hey, switch it up, something new you haven't heard of, but I think you will like it." And then he plays it, and you can also just say, "Hey, play some new stuff that I haven't heard and that I like in that direction." Pulls up exactly the type of songs you want. I have to be honest. If every data company like this or tech company like Spotify would use my data, year-long listening data or just my data, behavior data, in such a good way, I would be gladly to give more. Like this has actually made my life. I only had it for like 3 days now, and my life is
really nice insight, especially because you said the user data and they accumulated over the past few, I don't know, years. How long do you have Spotify?
Well, since been a while, probably.
I think Spotify was my first subscription, and since then I've never cancelled it. So
same.
I mean, you need Spotify in your life, right?
Yeah.
I to be honest, I kind of don't want to know what they know about me.
Oh,
especially with music. Music is such a big indicator for feelings, I would say, or for your mood. Couldn't they? Ooh.
I think it gets interesting as soon as all of those big companies pull their data together, you know, like once
that's what
music
I meant.
Kind of
imagine
emotional profile from Spotify, Google's search profile, Amazon's shopping
based
profile.
On what they're listening right now in a browser that normally isn't connected with Spotify, but in that case is, because Spotify is such
probably happens already, right?
Yeah, true.
Pretty sure.
If we're honest.
By my stack of the century.
Of the century.
Yeah. Truly amazing.
Let's see.
Let's maybe move to the actual interesting stuff. I'm joking. But Claude released, as you probably
should
saw.
we jump right into that or talk a bit about the hackathon? I mean,
let's
okay.
go with the hackathon, because after that, we're not going to go back.
Okay,
once
so
we talk about
we'll keep it a bit up.
A few things.
Go ahead.
For the new model. I went a bit.
Yeah, I guess then I'll start with the hackathon, I guess. I mean, Tim already kicked it off quite well. It's been an amazing day. I don't know if you've, like, whoever listens now, if you've been there or not. If not, be there for the next one. If you have been, thanks for being there, and be there for the next one. It was actually an amazing day. Way more people than we anticipated actually came. We had unlimited food basically. Good times, like 6
really
hours, I think, overall, in build slots to actually build an application on 2 challenges. Of course, first event, so we'll be better next time, but we already, what is the reviews we got? We're really happy with the reviews you guys gave us, so thanks for that.
Yeah, no, the reviews and the feedback was insanely good, and we're super proud that we pulled this off. Of course, we also see lots of room for improvement and to make it even more epic. But keep tuned for the next one, I just say.
Agreed. Yeah, so if you want to, still on the hackathon website, hackathon.digilize.agency, there's a bit of a recap. There's going to be a few pictures and stuff as well in a bit, so have a look if you want to. Anything else you guys want to add?
I had definitely fun, even though I didn't build anything. Sometimes I was actually jealous of the people.
Yeah, same.
It looked so nice in that room with the mate. Actually, also shout out to them. Really nice mate. Tastes awesome. Yeah. But with the mate, then people even brought their own keyboard. I saw one corn keyboard. I fell in love with it. I need to take out my PCB and rebuild mine. Or a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was truly amazing to see people coming over from all over the Netherlands, and also one guy came from Italy just for this.
Shout out.
It's truly amazing, I think. And also what we said in one of the previous episodes, put Haarlem on the map where things are being built. I think we're getting closer and closer, and we're only just getting started. We have lots of things up our sleeves. So if you're not with us yet, join the ride. Otherwise, you might be left out in the cold.
Oh, no.
Enough of bragging, but it was really nice. It was really nice.
Indeed. Okay. But I think, Sibby, you can kick it off with my dear lovely Fable, who stole all of my credits.
First thing I need to say, I really don't like the name. I already forgot it. Mythos is in my brain. I don't know, that is stuck there. But Fable, yeah.
I mean, I think first you have to introduce what it even is.
Yeah, I mean, Fable and Mythos are... I mean, Mythos we knew about for a few months now. Mythos was the big cybersecurity thingy.
We talked about it quite a lot in our episodes.
Model that Anthropic released to the Project Glasswing. So only to a selected few companies, basically, in America. And now their public model based on that architecture is called Fable, and they released it to the public now. A few caveats in there, because Mythos is super, super intelligent, they say, and can find so many security bugs and etc. And can also, or it is really good in biology, so it can also create molecules and all that stuff. So it can actually be used for bad stuff. That's why they released Fable. It's basically a little more stupid, or the small
I think
brother
it's similar. It's just different guardrails, like really, really, really tight guardrails.
It's locked down to basically not talk about anything related with cybersecurity, biology, and stuff in that realm, I would say. But you can basically still ask it, and it just routes it then through Opus 4.8. It's also awesome model, but it just doesn't give you the Mythos architecture behind it, and that is the fun part, because it is a huge model. We don't know how big, but alone the intelligence, we sadly don't know. But
check if I can find some.
I guess it is bigger than 1 trillion parameters, because also they said that back to the model, they release it in basically Claude code and everywhere on the web UI, but only till the 22nd of June, and then they rip it out of the Pro and the Max subscriptions because it is so expensive to run. But somewhere in the tweet they also say if they get more chips from SpaceX or from Elon Musk, then they can extend it a bit more. But let's see how that works out. But they basically give you a little taste test of how good the model is right now, and then they want to bring you over to the API
into Cloud subscriptions.
And then they make their money.
FOMO.
Yeah, but also on the different topic, there were a few independent researchers or people that just wanted to know how big the subscriptions are basically subsidized. And people found out that you get, for the Max subscription, the $200 a month one, you get up to 8.8K of API usage.
It's good luck when it actually gets to the point where we have to pay for every credit now.
Exactly. But that is exactly what they are trying to do with Fable, because it is super good and it is super intelligent, and it's also a bit tricky to work with because it is so different than the other models, and it has so much more capabilities that you can basically almost give it a goal and say, hey, here, do it. That's what we always imagined of doing with the agents that are good. But with that model, it has so much context and so many different parameters to actually figure things out on its own. So it's, hard to, or not hard, but different to prompt, super intelligent, and super expensive. 1 million tokens output is $50.
Yeah, I saw it's actually,
but then at the same
incredible.
time, I mean, sure, it's expensive, but also it's so much more intelligent, so it's so much more efficient.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I think I haven't looked into it enough to give you a concrete verdict on this, but it might be a little bit more expensive. But if you compare it to what it actually does with less errors, it might be even cheap.
Yes and no.
Guess, but if you compare it to DeepSeek, like if you compare it to DeepSeek V4 Pro Max effort, like the top model, which is still not too shady if you compare the statistics to Fable. Fable is $10 input per million and 50 output, and DeepSeek is 43 cents and 87 cents.
Yeah.
So it's an unbelievable, I don't even want to put the percentages because it's an unbelievable difference. Obviously both are kind of subsidized, but I don't know. Quite crazy pricing compared to the international scale.
It is, but
they pull it off though.
I don't know. I don't know the comparison between the new DeepSeek model and Fable, but between Opus and Fable there is a big jump, and especially also with GPT 5.5. Also, really nice model, really good in coding, etc., especially in bug fixes and whatnot. But the new Fable model just destroys it with complex tasks. So maybe not with a too fine detailed one where you just basically need to change one thing, but rather on the bigger goal side to figure something out. And also, not only in code it is super intelligent, but also in the general math or in general using internet tools. Yeah.
No, fair. But I only used it like once or twice, and every time it routed me to Opus, so I was quite mad at it.
I had 2 agents running, and I think 30 minutes in, subscription was done.
I mean, 30 minutes, I can imagine.
But fun model. Model. And also, of course, it got already jailbroken by none other than Pliny. And
did he actually? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he got it.
Crazy.
He said it was way harder, but if you use out of distro tokens, and basically different ways to communicate. Or out of distro tokens are basically tokens or words from languages that wasn't inside of the training data from Anthropic. So it basically doesn't mean, or it doesn't know what it means, but it still interprets it relatively similar with the similar tokens like the not out of distro tokens. And with those things, basically like emojis with a letter inside of it and stuff like that. That's how you can trick it. But you can also not ask it a complete thing, but you need to distill it. So basically, if you have one bigger picture of, I don't know, making a drug.
Yeah, I need to go through like multiple prompts to get to the actual point.
So it gets harder, but also Pliny got a little acknowledgement, I would almost call it. One of those guardrails, if you type in for Fable about cybersecurity or something, then it routes your way and routes you through Opus, and the same thing happens if you just type in Pliny. So basically, they try to route it away from him to jailbreak, but
fun.
Yeah,
it's only a challenge.
Good shit.
Yeah, so
that was
pretty fun model.
My model rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So as soon as we robbed the bank and sold some kidneys, we can test it more and let you guys know.
We're still looking for an investor.
Yeah, I was actually really close for upgrading to the max.
Yeah,
but
that's quite interesting
because it is actually really a good model to also check your code and basically improve it. And we only have it till the 22nd of June. Even the creator of ShadCN front-end code created a few specialized skills basically to run them with Fable, and then it just audits your code, runs through it, and creates basically plans to upgrade it for other agents. So use it and let the rest code with DeepSeek. Then you have the perfect mix. Then you have one big ass model for the intelligence to figure everything out, to have the bigger picture in mind, and spread it out into little plans, and then let DeepSeek V4 Pro implement it.
Or GLM. Still a big fan.
True.
Yeah, I think also to this, I saw a graph. Can I share it in here?
You can share the screen, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just in my notes, so let me check if I can pull this in the chat. No, I cannot. But
what is it about?
Anyways, it's basically the weekly token consumption of the top 9 models through OpenRouter. I mean, we already talked about this before. I don't know if you remember, I think one of our first episodes.
Yeah.
Let me actually share this. Yeah, someone keep on talking and give me 2 minutes.
I'm the guy that keeps on talking. You did okay. No, so I think we actually talked about it in the first couple episodes to kind of check which models are being used the most. I'm actually interested. I think Fable, since Fable got released, my kind of most interesting part is that my Sonnet 4.6 is constantly on limits. It's constantly servers busy. I don't know if it's because of Fable has 50% of the data center now.
Probably.
Or if people use it more because Fable is so expensive now. But as we can see, Tim has it on the screen.
Yeah, I got it. But I think it's super interesting to see here just US models. It was like a head-to-head race the whole time. Pretty much same usage. Then interesting drop models. Here. Why was there a drop? What happened in November?
Maybe it just was a long time, I think, where no models got released. Maybe the Chinese just picked up. Oh no, it's a drop overall.
Or maybe just end of the year. No one had more money to spend on tokens.
Yeah, or everyone is busy. That could actually be, yeah. Yeah, could be. And then it just exploded like a rocket ship. Just crazy, I think.
Yeah, the Chinese models. It's actually wild.
Yeah, but
Quen
like
probably
DeepSeek. No, DeepSeek. I mean, compared to Fable, I don't know the numbers, but DeepSeek,
DeepSeek is being used a lot.
Really good, and it is super cheap. So it means you can just test out way more things than if you use Fable or something. Because with DeepSeek, you can do 5 iterations while you're doing one with Fable. Costs the same.
And
but
again,
like I said, I think the plan there is that you need to know which model to use for what, because some models, I wouldn't use Fable to basically implement just a little PR or something.
Yeah,
but
makes
like
sense.
the meme with
is
the
for
cigar
that 10 times better.
Yeah.
But again, also on the geopolitical perspective, from a geopolitical perspective, it's quite interesting to see Chinese strategy seems to work, and not even by a bit. But look at this, quite a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'm also
just
interested
flooding-
because it's obviously a cost factor. So I'm interested in how much it's like the EVs back in the days. You know, the statistics were crazy until the Chinese government pulled the funding, and then out of nowhere the companies went broke again.
No, but they're still producing more
if you
cars
look
than
at
us.
BYD or something, they nearly got broke because they were faking their numbers and stuff to keep up with the Chinese funding. And interesting to see if it's like the same way here, if the government's actually subsidizing tokens or not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Interesting take, but
We'll see.
I think it way more interesting is that if you check on a geopolitical scale, if you want to say it like that, then the Chinese are the ones that throw out the open source, the open models, the open weights, etc.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
that
actually
is,
fair.
I think, the best thing, because through that, everyone. I mean, what are we running locally? We are running Qwen 3.6. We are running, I don't know what, everything Chinese, because the American models or the other models, good, there are some nice small labs and etc. for specialized models, but 3.6 is one of the best models that you can run locally, and it's open. And
that's very true.
You get way more traction, and then if you basically need to move up, then I'm way more close to basically use a Qwen model than everything else, because that is also what I know. That is how I consumed it on locally. Then if I need to scale up and have a better model, then I still know how to use it, but it's still in the same family, you know? And I think that is also a big part of the adoption and how people are actually using those models.
No, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Interesting
but that
stuff.
chart is before Fable, right?
Yeah. Has to be.
Because
only
now
until May.
now it's gonna be interesting, because a lot of people, or especially on X, they're trying to token max with Fable to especially do stuff like that, plan it out.
I think you're missing something, because this is not. I don't think they are so good because people think, oh, it's just by far the cheapest.
Yeah, I think it's also it's a
just the
surprise.
cost factors. That's why they're like.
Yeah, but the models still need to be at least at some level of intelligence, so you can use it. Because if it doesn't make sense, because it's cheap but stupid.
That is what the Chinese do. They deliver cheap models that are actually performing really great.
Yeah.
Especially in a context of cost. I mean, yeah, as Fitz said, a couple of cents against $50 output.
Yeah. That is very true.
But I really
that is
like
quite
that chart.
interesting.
I don't know why, but
no, it's really cool. I saw it. I was screenshotting it right away and put it in my notes.
I hope they will actually do an updated one after.
For sure.
After the
I'm pretty
Mythos
sure
model.
there's. I mean, there should be every month one.
Is it a monthly thing?
Pretty sure.
But
maybe OpenRouter even has a live chart for this. Wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, you can see the consumption of the different models and the leaderboards and what app basically uses the most tokens, blah blah blah, but not in a nice chart like that. I think you have different cards for each.
Let me check it.
Well, yeah.
But,
No, I saw a report from like the New York Times, in a sense that it's basically, it's not officially linked, but the hedge fund that is subsidizing or financing DeepSeek is connected to the CPP, obviously, as every company. And they are subsidizing it quite well, but only to, at least supposedly to get training data, etc. to obviously then run more models. But I mean, Americans do the same thing in a sense. It just depends on how much.
That is also something that I forgot earlier with the rules for the Fable model. They also made some major efforts so Chinese labs cannot distill the models anymore.
Yeah, they're trying. But I think that they will find a way. There's always going to be a way.
It's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah, it is like everywhere where demand there is someone doing something. But I
think that is most of the topics that I had. Do you have any left?
New game
I'm just looking through the weekly top models
in OpenRouter.
Right.
Yeah.
What is place one?
I'm showing it to you.
Wait. Finn, what is top one? What is the most used model on OpenRouter?
Maybe GLM or something.
Would have been awesome.
Not too sure, to be honest.
It's not even on there.
GLM?
Look at this.
DeepSeek. Who would have guessed?
We got DeepSeek.
Minimax is also still in there.
Minimax is crazy.
M3.
True,
So
they
that,
also
I think
they
so.
also
I love
released
Sonnet.
M3. That completely went unnoticed by me.
Interesting.
Quite interesting to see this week.
That's always interesting to see, I think. Even Opus is on there, even 4.8. But 4.7 is still being used more. I love it.
And 4.6 as well.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, 4.6 is such an amazing model.
Interesting.
But it's still insane. So the top models completely by far
Well,
Chinese.
Tencent models surprised me, to be honest. I never heard about anyone using the Tencent model. It's probably in China, etc. And even the Xiaomi model, interesting.
No, that is actually really good, and you can also self-host it. You have some.
Fun.
I wanted to. But there's also on the small levels or models Step 3.7. I think it's also a Chinese lab. I haven't looked much more into it, but I saw on Hugging Face that it's trending, and it's a relatively big model for local use. So super interesting. Also, the same guy. Do you remember, Finn, the guy that basically distilled Opus 4.8 into Qwen 3.6, or used the distilled model things to fine tune the Qwen 3.6, and he just dropped a new model, Qwen 3.6 coder. Also, I think it's called Quopus 35B coder or something.
Okay.
Super excited for that because that is the first specialized coding model that I can run locally after Qwen 3 coder. And Qwen 3 and 3.5 architecture is different. And also with MTP, that means it's super fast. Super fast.
Keep me updated.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But then I have to get going. So
True.
Say it was great having you people.
All right,
if you
yes.
actually listened until here, you have to be there for the next hackathon. That's just my decision now. And yeah, looking forward to having you.
Yeah. And don't be there.
But don't. And get FOMO. That's fine.
Well, you should have FOMO because you're actually missing something. Yeah, as Finn already said, thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to be weekly from now on again. It was just too much and too great of an event we had to take care of. But now we're back in business. And we have, as we said, lots of up our sleeve, especially around community building and so on. So stay tuned, follow us on all the websites, on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter. You find everything in the show notes.
Great summary. That's it.
Sebi, you want to finish it?
Keep building.